Hello. Okay, today we're going to be making a non-representational art piece. And as you can see, non-representational means that there are just shapes, there are no pictures of people or animals or anything that you really have. There's just really lines and shapes. So this is an example that I have made, and we're going to make something similar to this. And the supplies that you're going to need is just a white piece of paper or a plain sheet of paper. It could be a construction paper with, it could be a colorful piece of construction paper like green or anything like that. That's fine too. But white paper will do fine if you use copy paper or drawing paper or sketch paper. And any ruler. You don't have to have a ruler, but it is helpful. Some markers, just some regular markers, and some crayons or even oil pastels, anything will do. So just very simple supplies. And that's all you really need. Okay, so we're going to start off by I like to take my black marker first, and you can use whichever one you like. But yeah, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make 3 shapes. I'm going to make them kind of large, and that's going to be my focal point, or the thing that I have emphasis on. So emphasis or focal point is something that's going to draw your attention. You're going to draw your attention to it. So I'm going to do a circle. All right. And I'm going to do a triangle. And I'm going to do an organic shape. Okay, so none of these things are representational, they're just shapes. All right, then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to make a few lines. I'm going to use my ruler to make straight lines, and I'm going to have them radiating outside of this circle. Radiating, that's another vocabulary word. That means, have you ever heard that the sun is radiating, or it's radiating like the sun? It's just coming out of it, okay? And it's usually going outward from all directions. So I'm going to make these lines. I'm going to continue them all the way to the end of the paper. And you probably can't see the end of the paper, but I'm going to show you. See, it's all the way down. I'm going to make these here. I'm not going to take all of them to the end of the paper. I might take a few of these and connect them. You can go all the way to the bottom. I want to make sure that I'm going to next I'm dividing my paper into different sections. So right here, I'm going to continue this all the way out to where I'm dividing my paper into different sections. And then maybe I'll do another section here, and maybe another one here. Okay, and then maybe one here. Oops, made a mistake. That's okay. And then maybe I'll connect these 2 little shapes. I kind of made a triangle here without even meaning to. And then I'm making another section there. So I'm just going to make basically different sections. Next, I'm going to finish off here. And it doesn't matter what direction I go in, as long as I'm connecting them in some kind of way. Use your imagination. You don't have to look like, yours does not have to look like mine. It can look any way, and you do not have to use a circle, a triangle, and an organic shape. You can use literally any shapes you want. Okay, that's probably fine. I did enough lines. Okay. So I'm probably done with my ruler, and I'm going to put away my black marker. Well, actually, no, I'm going to use my black marker for one more thing. As you can see in this example, I did some little random things, little designs, and that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so on this circle, I'm going to do some freehand lines. I like to do little lines with a circle at the end. That's fine. don't have to do it like that, but I like to do that. And then maybe some more wavy lines to show emphasis around this shape. Just some curved lines or wavy lines around there. It almost looks like movement, you know, it looks like maybe this is, it's not a puddle, but maybe it's moving in some kind of way. I'm going to continue because this, I'm going to treat this whole area as a section, and I'm going to make some more wavy lines. Okay, so I'm going to have the darker, my choice is to choose all the black lines are going to be my main sections, and then only in the center. And inside my circle, I think I'm going to do another smaller circle and maybe one more smaller circle. Okay. And then my last thing I'm going to do with my black marker is I'm going to do some curly lines coming out of this circle. There. All right, now I'm going to change colors. I'm going to put away my black marker and make sure you cap that marker so that it doesn't dry out. And then I'm going to take my purple. You can use any color. Actually, I'm going to use these three. This is a kind of a, it looks a little blue on that one, but it's a bluey purple. It's not actually blue. And then this is a pink, and then that's a purple, but it's more pinkish purple. All right, so then I'm going to choose any section. I'm going to start with this one right here. And I'm just going to make lines in this section, and you can do, you don't have to use lines. You can use zigzag lines, straight lines, whatever you like. I'm going to do the whole section. And then I am going to change colors. And in this section over here, I'm going to do circles with another circle. They're called concentric circles. That means it's a circle within a circle. Oops. If you make a mistake, it's okay. You're gonna, it's part of art. You can always color with it. I'm not gonna stress about it. Look, I went off the line and this one is a little messy. It's okay, it happens. Nothing's perfect. All right, now I'm gonna change colors again, and I'm gonna take this other section over here. And I think I'm gonna do zigzags. You can literally do whatever you would like. Okay, I'm good with that. I think I'm going to do some green now. Green is my favorite color. And I'm just going to go around the shape that I created and making wavy lines that go around the shape that I created. Again, to show emphasis. I'm going to leave this section alone because I already did something here. I'm going to go down here, and how about a different shade of green and a blue. All right, so this blue, I'm going to do little lines, but they're going to be thinner and smaller, closer together, and they're going to be going vertical from where I'm at. These are horizontal. And then I'm going to take my, like a yellowy green, and I'm going to go make diagonal lines. So this is vertical, up and down. This is horizontal, side to side, and these are diagonal. Okay, now how about orange? Let's do some orange. Here's another section. What haven't we done? Let's do spirals. And so I'm just going to do a big spiral here, and it's just going to make curved lines right there. Boom. done. And I'm going to do something fancy in this next one here and this one here. So I'm going to do, first step is I'm going to make thick lines, well, like a large space between the lines. And now I'm going to do a zigzag inside each section. Okay, and now that's good for that one. And this one, I'm going to do some vertical lines and then horizontal lines. So I make like a checkerboard. These are both red, of course. And now I'm going to take brown. And let me see, we've done all kinds of different types of lines. Now I'm going to do just squares. They don't have to be perfect. All right, I did my squares. Now I am going to do a different color. Let me see what color. I want to do purple again. I really like purple. So you can see I did, you can do something like this, just kind of a made up thing with like dashed lines. Let's do dashed lines. Okay, that one's fine. It almost looks like hair. I don't know why. And now this section, let's do, I'm going to follow the edge of the shape made by the section itself. And I'm going to keep going in almost like a spiral in itself. Okay. And then I have one more section. And I think I'll use pink. No, orange again. Orange one more time. And then I will have all my marker done. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to just do like a dot in the middle. And I'm going to radiate, there's that word again, out from the center. And all these things I'm making up, it's fine. You can do your own thing. You can do the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's art. It's fun. Okay, so now I'm done with all my markers. My last step, I'm going to use my crayons or oil pastels, and I'm just going to color some sections. I don't have to color everything. As you can see here, in my example, the only thing is I colored this one. I colored in like a little bit here, and this one. It's just a made up color. It's just whatever you want to do. So I didn't color everything. You can color everything, sure. I'm going to start off with my focal point here, which is right here. And I'm going to do blue in the middle. And I want to do blue here. But I'm not going to do blue in the whole thing. I'm going to do a light blue on the outside. And I'm going to see about doing a darker color on the inside. All right. So I did a little bit there, and now I'm going to try a darker blue on the inside. And just kind of blend them in. And these are not the best quality. They say they're oil pastels, but they're really like a crayon. And they're not the best quality. But what I'll do is, oh, let me focus. Oh, that is so much better. Sorry, guys. All right, what I'll do is I get like a napkin, just a regular napkin, and I can blend them together. Just blend it like this with your fingers. Sometimes it melts, or you can even scratch it with your nail. And they get a little softer and they blend a little better. And also what you could do is you can put a lighter color over it and it blends in really nicely. Like I can take white and just blend it in together, or like yellow, or peach or any like the lighter colors, and it really blends it in nicely. So it looks kind of almost like water, but again, we're not doing representational. So I'm just gonna, for here now, I'm just gonna take the yellow and not really outline everything, but go along the lines here for all those just to show more emphasis. And then I'm gonna do yellow here too. This almost reminds me of an eye. So I'm not going to make this white because otherwise it'll look too much like an eyeball. So I'm going to do green so it doesn't look like an eyeball. So you start to see things in here, even though we didn't intend or mean to make them that way. So I'm trying to make it not look like that. And the way to make it look not like something is I'm going to mix the colors too. Did a lighter green in the middle, and on the I did a darker green on the outside. And maybe a little orange here. Oops, fail. A little orange here. I pressed too hard and then I broke it. I'm not using my good stuff here because I want to show you, like, hey, it doesn't matter what you have, you can make something really interesting. So there, even I've even made some pretty cool things. You know, they give you free crayons sometimes at the restaurants if you go to with the kids menu. Yes, I know, I'm super cool. But yeah, I made some pretty interesting things with that. Okay, and here my checkerboard, I'm just gonna make, I'm skipping one every single time so that there's never any colored in one next to one that's not colored in. I'm just gonna skip them. So over here, this is, I can't do this one because it's gonna be next to a colored in one. So I do this one. All right, so this is, I didn't really make that section right, so that's fine. So this is done. And now this one, I'm gonna do blue triangles. On the left side of the zigzags. All right, again, I didn't really finish that, but it's okay. And yeah, you could color in this one a different color. So I'm gonna go yellow. We're almost done here. We're doing really good. All right, so that one's done. And then here with my squares, I'm gonna use, I think I'll use purple. And I'm just gonna color in the squares, but you can color the outside too. Now in this one, you could do like a background. They could do like all one color. So I think I'm just gonna lightly, oops, lightly do peach here. So it has nice contrast. Contrast is difference in colors, like values. This is a dark purple, and this is a light peach. They're very contrasty. I could do something more here, but I think I could do like a little bit more of the yellow continuing like I had here. Oops, it flew out of my hand there. And this is kind of cool just how it is. I think that one's nice, and this one's nice how it is. I'm going to focus my coloring just in the center. I'm not going to do a whole lot out here. I'm going to leave this one alone. I'm going to leave this one, all of these alone. And I think that's done. I'm going to look at it. Yeah. Now, does it have... Sorry about that. Does it have emphasis? Yes, it shows emphasis of towards the inside of the center of the page. That's my focal point, because there's not so many things are not colored in around the edges, and it's radiating out, and I've got these leading lines into this circular thing in this weird splotch. And this is again my example. I've got my focal point. I've got kind of two focal points, but this is really the main thing that your eye gets drawn to. But I've got a lot of cool patterns and repetition, but together it has unity because there's all these different, the same color scheme is being used in them. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back next time.